Today is January 15th, 2025. We're still very early into this year, and I want to line out my vision and my goals for this year. Even if we don't hit all of them, it's still important to set goals and set high ideals for all things you want to accomplish. I think often people underestimate what they can do in 5 years, but they overestimate what they can do in 1 year. So today we're going to overestimate, but honestly, we're going to try to be as practical as possible with this. I don't want to go out there and project anything ridiculous, but these are just the general goals. And I think this is important to line up. And additionally, this channel is going to be a big factor in it. So I will keep you all tuned. Anyways, let's get into it. Starting off, a big one, and I have it right now close to the top of my list. Don't buy anything extravagant until November. Now, there's a reason for this. I think that I need to be in a season of growing and a season of learning. I don't need to buy any big, heavy things that are going to weigh me down. I don't need a watch. I don't need a nice car. As much as I would love a classic baby blue Bel Air, I'm not going to make it happen, at least until November. And my reward, I'm going to really base off of what I end up doing and what I end up accomplishing. I take risks. Very few times in your life are you really able to take the risks that I'm going to have the opportunity to be taking this year. I'm young, I'm 19, and the world is my oyster. I have so many options for things I can do, and truthfully, that's been a great issue the last couple months. I've seen so many opportunities. I see so many things that I could be doing to make money, to become a better person, opportunities that I couldn't have even dreamed of, say, before last year. When I decided I was going to drop out of college, which I'll do another video on, by the way, it cleared up my future. It cleared up my life. For my entire life, I always knew what the next thing was going to be. I always had something in line with a firm and clear vision of what my life was going to look like the next year, the next few years. I knew what it was going to be. This is the first year. I have no clue where I'm going to be by the end of it, but I have some suspicions. Now, if we do end up doing really well financially, whatever, things work out fantastically, I will give myself permission to either get a mortgage and buy a condo, apartment, whatever that would be, or buy maybe a nice classic car for around $80,000. Either way, I'm going to permit myself one. That's going to be the target. Number 2, real estate license. This is just something I said I was going to do. And if I'm going to commit to something, I want to do it. It'll take about 2 weeks roughly. I think I'll be able to do it with very relative ease. It's going to be simple. It's going to be light. And I am going to spend some time on it. I want to be able to have a basic root understanding of the real estate market. So that way, if I ever do get into it, or if I ever even go to buy a house, or if I ever need to make a rental, I know what it is I'm looking for. It gives me a nice baseline. I think that's important, and I'm going to go for it. I don't know exactly when, but definitely in the year 2025, and knowing how I am, it'll probably be much sooner than I think, because that's how I've been doing pretty much everything. Interview a World War II veteran is a bit more of an obscure one, but there's a large reason for this. I love America. I am a proud American, and I even dedicated my Eagle Scout project to the American veterans of foreign corps. I feel it my duty to be able to interact and meet with these people who I believe are responsible in large part for saving the world I live in part saving my people, taking on Germany, those types of things. And I want to be able to talk to the people that lived that life, that lived in that world, and we have a very limited time left to do that. And I'm going to make it a priority to meet with one of them and talk with them to know their story. And it isn't going to be a large time period. Ideally, I'd like to meet 2 or 3, but even if I could meet and interview just one, that would be a dream play for me. Get my private pilot's license. This seems like a random one. Why do you need a private pilot's license? Because it's freaking awesome. Do you know how cool it is flying a plane? I have always loved, since I was a little kid, going up in a plane and being able to be above the clouds. It also, in a sense, makes me feel much closer to God. I feel somewhat close to where He is, although you will never even be hopefully near there. Because the ultimate goal in my life, and I think the lives of everyone, should be to be as close to Hashem as you can. And for those who don't know, Hashem is the Hebrew word for God. Subscriber goals. So at the very minimum, on my main YouTube channel, I am going to hit 550,000 subscribers at the very least. Last year was a bit of a down year in the subscriber department. I think subscribers aren't the best metrics, but they're not terrible metrics either. I currently am at 400,000 subscribers, and over the course of last year, I got about 100,000. So the logical conclusion is going to be at very least 500,000 this year if I just stay consistent. And we're already off to an excellent start this January. We got over 10,500. So we just need to increase that rate. We need to put out better videos, and I really need to focus on being a great piece of content for that main channel on Republic Studs. For my second channel, I'm going to target a little smaller number of 100,000. I want to get a silver play button for it. I am extremely confident I can do that because I'm employing a whole new strategy energy on that channel, and I am greatly excited. We're going to attempt to do some daily uploads at least through the month of February, which should be interesting. I also had a 150K goal on TikTok, but that might be banned in like 2 days, so we'll see. I'm looking to be more physically fit. Now, since this year started, one priority I've set that has become a non-negotiable is I must get 7,000 steps every single day. I've been having a bit of a struggle mentally just getting my head in gym mode when I'm there, and even before I go and after. And after I go, it's great, obviously. But while I'm there and before I go, it's just mentally I built it up in my head. I need to work my way almost up to it again. So that's what I'm in the middle of doing right now. We might raise the baseline to say 10,000 steps a day, something more workable. Maybe instead we'll obviously bring it back down to say like 6,000, and then we can actually get an hour with gym, breath, skin. Physically fit is important, but it's not the toppest of priorities this year. That's probably going to be pushed more towards next year in terms of actually getting seriously fit, but definitely physically fit. That's going to be a priority. I also am looking to either get my firearm license, maybe get a firearm. That's going to be a small goal this year. I want to be able to protect myself, protect my community. I think that's deeply important, and being a Florida citizen, I believe I have the right to do that. I have on here, buy a condo and buy a car. We touched on this a little bit before. This is not a must negotiable. I have to do it, but if we hit the benchmarks that I am looking to hit, then we will. Then I will certainly make a priority. Religiously, I am very, very close to where I want to be, but I need to be more. So I'm going to dedicate at least 30 minutes a day to studying religious texts, religious books. Very, very minimum. That is going to be my target. Probably going to be more just as time goes on. I cannot push it off tonight. I will make it a part of my routine. I've been very good about praying consistently 3 times a day. I'm going to look to make my afternoon prayers more consistent and set a consistent time for when they happen. As a Jew, you're supposed to pray 3 times a day, so that's something I'm targeting for. And dress better, generally, most of the time. I think I've been doing a pretty good job of that, as you can tell. This is a new tie I got. I absolutely love it. Maybe it's new hats too. That would be a good year goal. Financially, I need to take some sort of big risk. I need to be able to either hire someone who could do a large scale of my talent, or do something along those lines. And additionally, one of my goals this year is to be as good a son as I can. I was very good about it last year, setting my parents things for anniversaries, paying for their anniversary dinner, and doing things along those like I'm always buying my mom's flowers. I'll probably get that today. And just a whole range of things in that motion. I also want to set a goal of meeting new people, making new friends, especially in the YouTube world. Now here's the big one. I'm going to set a goal to have at least $220,000 roughly in the bank by end of this year. Now, I think it could be more, but the expenses have become pretty burdensome. We're going to be looking to make some moves earlier on in the next couple of months, and we're going to see where that leads. That is going to be what my year is going to look like. Also, I want to make a priority. Set aside time to go relax, go to the beach, and take in the nice water and contemplate and eat. I think it'll be a great place to do that, and I look very much forward to it. With all that said, God bless, and stay awesome.